Hey there, friends. Welcome to your weekly energy update. I know it's been a couple of weeks. We had a rather impactful presidential election here in the United States, and I work with lots of individuals and groups. And so when something impactful like that sort of happens in the collective, I end up putting a lot of attention and energy into navigating some of those waters. So I've been a little bit more invested in that. Some of you don't even know that I do one-on-one work. That's my primary work, which is really around um, helping people go through transformational times in their lives where they're traversing through one phase into another phase, or for some people that already have developed a lot of their own spiritual practice or their healing work practice. The work that I do is a helping of refinement and deepening of their ability to be with people and to heal and to work on a collective level. And then for others, it's kind of a place to really do the processing and transformational work that enables them to grow into the places that they're wanting to grow into. So that's a bit of the work that I do. And sometimes when there's a big splash or a big change, it means that there's a bit more energy and attention that needs to go into that area. And so just a few words on what has sort of happened at a political level, um, or maybe more so some just words of wisdom around navigating change, whether that's change in your own life or change that's happening on a collective, global, or cosmic level, which is that sometimes when something appears to be really not so good, it can be opening a door for vastly important changes, transformations. And also when something appears to be looking really good, it can often be just a veneer that's on top of something that maybe is a bit more stuck. So always being willing to look to the deeper level, to sense at a deeper level, is important. The things that are happening on the surface level are not necessarily indications of the longer term changes and transformations that are happening. So let's take a look at this week ahead. It's going to be a very important week for grounding. Um, there are a lot of options on the table for you at this time. You might be experiencing lots of ideas that are maybe pulling you in one direction or the other direction. Some of them are likely really good options, really good possibilities for your life. And some of them are just fantasies. Some of them are just like extra static. Um, One way or another, regardless of how you've taken some of the changes that are happening in the US as well as at a global level, there's been a pretty large release of energy. There's some sort of foundational energy that's gotten sort of unlocked and it's blown up into the field. And for some people, this is very overwhelming. For others, it's very liberating. Often, what can show up is we kind of click into the fantasy world. When there's a lot of energy that's moving, we kind of go up into the mental sphere or the astral sphere and we sort of swim around in that area because it doesn't necessarily feel totally safe to be here. So notice what options, ideas, possibilities that are showing up feel like they have actual ground underneath them. They feel like they've got substance to them, and which ones feel like they're just in the floaty realm. And one of the ways that you can know this is when you're thinking about that particular process, are you also capable of being and noticing your body and feeling your emotions, feeling your sense of self while you're sort of thinking about this particular process? If not, it could be a bit of like a disassociative fantasy. If it's actually something that you can feel and you can sense and you can sort of notice the livingness of it in the physical, then there might be something to that. So this is an important week to do some of that discerning of what is it that's showing up in your life that's real and what's more of just kind of a distraction. Your second card is the King of Pentacles, and this is a card of stabilization, of grounding, of wisdom. And so this is definitely asking you to bring yourself back onto your throne. And what that means, the way that I see that as somebody that's big with somatic work and transpersonal work, is that you're able to rest in your belly, in your hips, on your seat, on your ground, which means that the places that feel insecure, the places that feel afraid, we want to sort of create safety for ourselves so that we feel grounded again. We feel connected to the planet. We feel connected to our ancestral wisdom. We feel connected to our roots and to our support systems. Doing so, the King of Pentacles is not capable of being as prolific and wealthy without deep, consistent roots. So you connecting with your sense of stability, you connecting with your resources is what's going to help clarify where it is. I pulled a little clarifying card, where it is that your attention should be at this time, where it is that maybe you need some support or some help. It's this is a time, this is not a time to try to do everything by yourself. It's a time to know what your capacities are, where it is that you're able to um, really be deep and connected and capable on your own, and where it is that you need to go and ask for help or assistance. And it'll also help you pretty quickly by landing back in a place of stability and safety. You almost immediately dissolve the things that are fantasies or that are false options. So finally, we've got our Two of Pentacles, which means that there are some choices that are needing to be made, and you being grounded, you being sort of in the seat of your mastery is going to help you navigate this time with much more clarity. It's going to help you be flexible and precise with your decisions, with who it is that you're spending time with where it is that you're investing your time and energy, whether that's in the mental realm, where it is that you're thinking, how you're thinking, as well as on the ground. Where is it that you're putting your finances? Where is it that you're putting your work and your attention into? This is a important time of your vision. This is an important time of getting connected with the part of you that is bigger than just the personal self and can discern where it is that your life is going, that can read the weather patterns of your life and the weather patterns of our collective situation and say, oh, this is the direction that I need to go now. It's the ability to listen to the song of your soul and the context of your world and then act accordingly. So, exciting week ahead, really bringing focus on just landing into your life again. Like I said, there's been a bit of a shakiness or an upset, particularly here in the United States. Again, for some people, it's a great celebration, and for others, it's a really big heartbreak. And noticing where your energy is following this sort of shift, and noticing how your capacity and your competency is navigating what's sort of a wave right now. There's a bit of an identity shift that's happening in our country, and you grounding and finding safety will allow you to take what may appear to be chaotic for some into opportunity, into whenever things shift like this, when there's foundations that are shifting in this way, it can be very unsettling, but it also means that there's room for big transformation. Yogis know that when there are big shifts in this way, when there's chaos, when there's big life shifts, it's also a powerful time where massive transformation, healing, awakeness can happen. So I hope this is helpful. It's good to tune back in with you all. You can subscribe with me down below and also check out what else I'm up to. Take good care.